to the second session, the afternoon session of the class. So good afternoon, Titi.
Yeah.
So please, we cordially invite Dr. Ernita Elias as a member of the AAA's Medical Committee to give her presentation. Dr. Ernita, time is yours fully.
Thank you, Ms. Ria. Can I share my screen first?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, I have to. Just a moment, I have to put in the first slide.
Sure. Take your time.
Again, I propose. The slide is there?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ria. Thank you for waiting. Good afternoon, all dear friends from Asian countries. Good afternoon, Dr. Yamasawa, the chairman of the AAA Medical Committee. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is there any Muslim country here? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. First of all, thank you. First of all, I would like to thanks to ADC for inviting me to talk in this great event in this afternoon. I hope all of you are still wake up because after lunch, afternoon, you just want to sleep. Okay. This is my conflict of interest disclosure. And this morning, Dr. Yamasawa had talked about the overview of anti-doping. And now I will continue with the prohibited list from WADA. This is the outline of my presentation this afternoon. I will give a little bit about background, and after the classes of prohibited list, and some definition actually already mentioned by Dr. Yamasawa this morning, and prohibited substances and methods. Not really detailed, but I'm trying to give a more explanation about that because I'm not pharmacologist, but I'm trying to give the explanation about that. And then the last one is about the supplements, already mentioned also this morning by Dr. Yamasawa. Actually, we know that athletes training to increase the performance, to get prestige and also, of course, money. Yeah, that is very big money for the champion. But the human body has limited of strength, speed, power. This is in terms of muscle capacity and endurance capacity. they try to do everything to increase their performance. So all athlete coaches try to find out how to increase the performance. And then they try many things. And that's why the WADA always release the prohibited list, as mentioned this morning, that every year they release the new prohibited list. And for this occasion, I use the prohibited list that effective 1 January 2021, because the new one is not coming yet, but soon will come. As we know that many factors or substances that I think all of you already have the list. So many kind of substances that banned or prohibited in the list. So I would like to give a little bit explanation about the substances, why that substances prohibited, why the substances banned, because these substances can increase the performance of the athlete. That means if the athlete took the substances, and then they will increase the performance. But the other athletes will not increase because they are using increase by training, but not much maybe because of the just training, no supplements. That means so unfair for the other athletes actually. And then I have two article, two colleagues in my collection, and I show you here. That's one of from journal Disease Model and Mechanism. Actually, the topic is a cellular molecular mechanism of muscle atrophy. From this figure or a picture, you can see that many factors influence the balance of protein synthesis and protein degradation in our body. You can see there, I just want to stress on two factors here, that IGF-1 and myostatin. When you see there, IGF-1 is insulin growth factor 1. This is the growth factor that we can find in body tissues, especially in the skeletal muscles and the liver, induced by produced in that organ, and induced by growth hormone. And very important for induce the many factors that have a role to protein synthesis in the muscles. Through long pathway, you can see here the pathway downstream from AKT to mTOR. mTOR is the regulator for synthesis of protein in our body. The other side, that there is one factor also that induce the protein degradation in our muscle. Why? Because if not balance between protein synthesis and protein degradation, the muscle will overload. This is in the normal condition. But athletes, of course, want to increase their improvement, enhance their performance. And how to increase the performance? Of course, mostly related to the muscle mass, especially for the power athletes. They want to increase the muscle size, muscle mass, and then will increase the strength, power, and will increase the performance of that athlete. This is actually just one side, but this is very important. Of course, technical and other kind of things is important. And then you can see from this picture or figure the important one of these two factors. These two factors, we can find these two factors in the list of WADA prohibited list. And the other information also from other journal, that's from Sport Medicine and Health Sciences 2019. The title is High Intensity Interval Training and Molecular Adaptive Response of Skeletal Muscle. And then you can see here, this is the real life. The training can improve the mitochondrial biogenesis through a lot of factors. You can see here that high intensity interval in training, actually high intensity training can affect the type 2 fiber, yeah, can activation the type 2 fiber. And then after long time training, and then the phenotype of the muscle will be shift to the oxidative phenotype. Why? Because the mitochondrial biogenesis increase, because this exercise or training can induce all the pathway. You can see to induce the MEPK, activate the MEK, and then increase the transcription of PGC1 alpha. And then this is the very, very important regulator for increased mitochondrial biogenesis in the body. When we see this factor, that we can say that maybe in the future, many scientists will try to use all these factors to boost the mitochondrial biogenesis. That means to boost the endurance capacity of the muscles. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Actually, what is the how does substance become banned? Actually, should involve 3 criteria: that substances potential to enhance sport performance, it has potential risk to the athlete health, and it is unfair or violence in sport, as I mentioned before. And then, but to ban these substances should meet any 2 of the following criteria. And what is prohibited list? I hope all of you have in the hand the list, the prohibited list paper. When you read the prohibited list in the introduction, you can see the prohibited list is a mandatory international standard as part of the World Anti-Doping Program. The list is updated annually following an extensive consultation process facilitated by WADA. The effective date of the list, for now, the latest one is 1st of January 2021. That's why not easy to prepare this prohibited list. Very, very hard work. It's, of course, many scientists invited by WADA to do this. The official text of the prohibited list shall be maintained by WADA and shall be published in English and French. And in the event of conflict between English and French version, the English version shall prevail. This is the classes that you will see in the paper. There are 3 classes. Yeah, the first class, the substances and methods prohibited at all times. You can find there 6 substances, subclasses. Yeah, and then from substances 0 to substances 5, and then prohibited methods. That's from non-approved substances, anabolic agent, peptide hormones, growth factor, related substances, and mimetic. Beta-2 agonist, hormone and metabolic modulator, diuretic and masking agents. And for the prohibited methods, there are 3 kinds of methods. That's 3 subclasses, yeah, methods. And for the second class, that substances and methods, actually no methods actually here, but substances and methods prohibited in competition. That's there are 4 subclasses here: stimulants, narcotics, cannabinoid, and glucocorticoid. This is just in competition. Before, and the third class, that's the last one is substances that prohibited in particular sports, that is beta blockers. Okay, just one substance here. And before we go to the prohibited list one by one, I would like to remind again the one that mentioned already by Dr. Yamasawa this morning about the definition. The first one, the definition of prohibited in competition. That means the prohibit in competition, during competition, that the incompetition period shall in principle be the period commencing just before midnight at 11:59 p.m. on the day before competition in which athlete is scheduled to participate until the end of the competition and the sample collection. And prohibited at all times, that means that the substance or methods is prohibited in and out of competition as defined in the code. And next one is the specified and non-specified. I think I will not read all this sentence, and I just want to try to explain this. The specified substance is that the substances that found that can be discussed for the sanction period because this substance used for medication, for example. And non-specified, that means no discussion. There is some sanction for this because this is clear to improve the performance of the athlete. And the substance of abuse, that substance that are identified as such because they are frequently abused in society outside of the content of the sport. And the following are design substances abuse are cocaine, dimorphin or heroin, methyl deoxymethamphetamine, MDMA or ecstasy, tetrahydrocannabinol or THC. Okay, that's the classes that you will find in the prohibited list. And now I'm going one by one to the all prohibited substances in the list. The first one is prohibited in all times. There is substance zero or subclass substance zero that is non-approved substances. This is prohibited at all times, and all prohibited substances in this class are specified substances because still unclear yet and then still debatable. So just put in the specified substances. Any pharmacological substance which is not addressed by any of the substance sections of the list and with no current approval by any government regulator, health authority for human therapeutic use. For example, drugs under preclinical or clinical development or discontinued, designer drug substances approved only for veterinary use, it prohibited all times. Now we come to the very famous substances for doping. That's S1, anabolic agents. This is, of course, prohibited at all times, in and out of competition. All prohibited substances in this class are non-specified substances. If found in the body of, from the body of the athlete, and then they will get the sanction. No discuss about this. And then, yeah, not really, yeah, but at least should go to the hearing, etc., etc. But I mean, this very strict. They have to get sanctioned. Yeah, and you can see here very famous, many famous athletes. Yeah, using these agents and also coach, yeah, also coach has to go for appeal for the use of this substance in his athlete. I would like to give you the information about the effect of this, all of these substances in each class, and the effect and the side effect. Yeah, for anabolic androgenic steroids, the effect is to stimulate muscle fibers growth, muscle synthesis, and of course will increase muscle mass, increase muscle strength and power, and also increase aggressiveness. Other anabolic agents, for example, clenbuterol, increase muscle mass, maximal voluntary strength and power, increase size of type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers, and also work as fat burner. Mostly this is for increase the muscle mass. But look at the side effects of these substances. Can damage the liver and kidney, can give heart attack, stroke, depression, anger, violence, impotence, infertility, develop certain female sexual characteristic, that's a gynecomastia, shrinking testes that for male athlete, menstrual disturbance, development masculine feature, for example, deeper voice for female athletes. And this is all the stuff that we found in the anabolic androgenic steroids. I will not read one by one because it will take a lot of time, and then also very difficult to explain this one by one. Yeah. But this is so many. Yeah. That's why if you, as a coach, better to have in your pocket, yeah, this prohibited list paper, just in case someone asking you and you can see, or you in your handphone, you can see and you go see together with your athlete. That's then the medication that he want to take, or supplements that he want to take or she want to take, is including in the prohibited list or not. And actually, the important one here, that's nandrolone, stanosolol, testosterone. Yeah, we know that this many high-ranked athletes using this. That's stanosolol, that's used by Ben Johnson, 1988. Testosterone used by Lance Armstrong, yeah, and other athletes. And the second one, other anabolic agents, including but not limited to clenbuterol, selective androgen receptor modulator, the one that I think that's found in Tokyo Olympic, the last Olympic Games, and also the GD433 ligandroyl and others. Yeah, there's some other agents. This is the list of the track and field athletes cases. Mostly you can see here 100 meter. I just 100 meter one because this is very clear. They really want to use the anabolic steroid agents. Yeah, and then they all get sanctioned because of using all of the anabolic steroid. Now, the second class, that's the hormones, growth factors, related substances, and mimetic. All these substances class are non-specified substances. Again, that's very strict. Again, this is no discussion for these substances. Here, that's long distance athlete, and then also Lance Armstrong and Roy Jones, yeah, using this substances. Yeah. And the effect of these substances, you can see here the erythropoietin, mostly used by middle or long distance athletes to stimulate RBC or red blood cell production, increase oxygen delivery to muscle, increase endurance capacity, increase recovery process. And peptide hormones class and releasing factors of hormone induce protein synthesis, increase muscle mass. And the growth factors and the growth factor modulator, as I mentioned before in my article before, that induce satellite cells of the muscles, increase hyperplasia of muscle fiber, increase muscle mass. And also because of VEGF, vascular endothelial growth factor, increase vascularization. And then you can see the side effects here: joint pain, fluid retention, muscle weakness, vision problems, carpal tunnel syndrome, enlarged heart, hypertension, and diabetes. And the substances that found here, that non-specified substances, there are 3 subclasses here. First one, erythropoietins, an agent affecting erythropoiesis. That means the form of erythrocyte in the blood, in the blood, including but not limited to erythropoietin receptor agonist, the EPO and EPO. And the second one, hypoxia-inducible factors. The third one, GATA inhibitors. And the fourth one, transforming growth factors, beta, TGF-beta signaling inhibitors, innate repair receptor agonists. Example, EPO and SIPO. So, yeah, I read long time ago, that's why I how because of take this substance. The second one, peptide hormones and their releasing factor. Actually, if we read the releasing factor, that means the hormone that's coming from the brain. The gonadotropin, luteinizing hormone, corticotropin, some growth hormone, all of these hormone mostly produced in the hypophysis in the brain. In growth factor and growth factor modulators, that the one I saw in my article, the article before, yeah. There's many factors that induced by growth factor, growth hormone, yeah, to increase the muscle fiber, the amount of muscle fiber, to increase the vascularization, yeah. And other growth factors or growth factor modulator affecting muscles, tendon, or ligament, protein synthesis, degradation, vascularization, energy utilization, regenerative capacity, or 5 types fitting, as I mentioned in the article. Now about the beta-2 agonist. That's in the S3 class, prohibited at all times. These substances are specified substances, mostly used for asthma, yeah, as a bronchodilators. These substances can improve anaerobic performance by 5%, improve strength and sprint performance. And the side effects, excessive sweating, restlessness, tremor, and tachycardia. This is the stuff that from the beta-2 agonist. That's so many kind of substance. Yeah, one that one of the participant asked about salbutamol this morning, and Dr. Yamasawa already explained about that. And then there is exception here because mostly many people using this for medication for asthma. So there is exception here. Inhale salbutamol maximum 1,600 microgram over 24 hours in divided doses not to exceed 800 micrograms over 12 hours starting from any dose. Because as Dr. Ramasawa mentioned before, that's because some athlete before competition, they take 10 puff, it's about 1,000 micrograms too high for him or her. Another one, inhale formoterol, maximum delivery dose of 54 micrograms over 24 hours. Inhale salmeterol, maximum 200 micrograms over 24 hours. Inhale filanterol, maximum 25 micrograms over 24 hours. To get the right dose, better you ask the pharmacist in your place. How many puff for this micrograms? Yeah, how to use this in terms of the dose? Yeah, because not all the people will understand how to use the dose for inhale. Okay, there is not for this class the presence in urine of salbutamol in excess of 1,000 nanogram per milliliter or formoterol in excess of 40 nanogram per milliliter is not consistent with the therapeutic use of the substance and will be considered as an adverse analytic finding unless the athlete proves through a controlled pharmacokinetic study that the abdominal result was the consequence of the therapeutic dose by the inhalation up to the maximum dose indicated above. This is not difficult to prove this one. Now, the fourth class is this is hormone and metabolic modulator, also prohibited and at all times. Prohibited substances in classes S4.1 and S4.2 are specified substances, but the other classes are specified and non-specified substances. We see later we see. Now the effect of this substance. The first one is aromatic inhibitor. One of that is called letrozole, using for breast cancer. The effect of this substance can block the enzyme for formation of estrogen to reduce the amount of estrogen in the body from testosterone. Used with that means if using this substance, actually the estrogen coming from androgen, helped by enzyme aromatase. So in the normal condition, the androgen will convert to estrogen and also will convert to testosterone. To increase the testosterone level in the blood, the athletes will use aromatase inhibitors. Yeah, they use aromatase inhibitor. And also this one used with steroid to avoid feminizing effect of anabolic steroid use. And anti-estrogenic substances, is the same, yeah, the effects. Agent preventing activin, the effect is increased muscle hypertrophy. And the metabolic modulator, that's I mentioned before in the article, that activate the AMPK pathway to stimulate protein synthesis, increase muscle fiber, improve muscle regeneration, and mitochondria biogenesis. And also including here insulin. As we know, insulin is anabolic hormone. That's to increase the growth of organ in our body or cells in our body. The side effects of these substances increase cholesterol level, can increase the cholesterol, decrease bone density, hot flashes, night sweats, nausea and vomiting, heartburn, muscle and joint pain, fatigue and dizziness, swelling of the hands, feet, ankles, and lower legs, and difficulty sleeping. This is like the menopause women, yeah, because the estrogen level decrease because they use the aromatic inhibitors. This is the hormone that on here, many hormone. The aromatic inhibitors here. You can see here letrozole, letrozoles, many kind of aromatic inhibitors. And the second one is anti-estrogenic substances, anti-estrogens and selective estrogen receptor modulators, SERMs. This is also has a lot of substance, for that. And the third one is agent preventing activin receptors. This is, you can see here in this group, myostatin inhibitor. As I mentioned before, myostatin in the normal condition induce the protein degradation to balance the growth of the muscle fiber because the increase of protein synthesis. And athlete using this for as a myostatin inhibitors. This is agents reducing or ablating myostatin expression, myostatin binding proteins, myostatin neutralizing antibody. The fourth subclasses is metabolic modulator. This including here the activators of the AMP, activated protein kinase, AMPK, and others, insulins and insulin's mimetics. Meldonium, this is the one that used by the beautiful tennis lady, Maria Sharapova. Meldonium and 3-metahcidin. And the S41 and S42 are specified substance, but those in class S43 and S44, including the metabolic modulator, is non-specified substances. Now this is the diuretics and masking agents. This is specified substances because many people using this for as a medication, normally used for high blood pressure and heart failure or heart irregularity, cause rapid weight loss, act as masking agent if they want to hide the substances in the urine, and then they make the urine more diluted. That's why we check the specific gravity for that. With body excess of water and salt, create more urine excretion. And the side effects is muscle cramp, dizziness, potassium deficiency, poor balance and coordination, low blood pressure, and then if very bad, can be death because dehydration. Can go to fatal condition. And the stuff here is the one that we can find is, in the market is probenecid, and also involved here is plasma expander, the intravenous administration of albumin, hydroxyethyl, star, and mannitol, acetazolamide, amiloride, and etc. There is an exception here for drospirenone, pamabrom, and topical ophthalmic administration of carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, for example, dursolamide, brinzolamide, and local administration of varenicline in dental anesthesia. The note here, the detection in athlete sample at all times and or in competition is applicable of any quantity of the following substances subject to threshold limit. For example, formoterol, salbutamol, catin, ephedrine, methylephedrine, and pseudoephedrine in conjunction with a diuretic or masking agent will be considered as an adverse analytic finding unless the athlete has an approved therapeutic use exemption for that substance, in addition to the one granted for the diuretic or masking agent. This should be go for the hearing, of course, to find out this condition. And now move on to the prohibited methods that's prohibited at all times. That's we found this is all these prohibited methods in this class are non-specified except method in M2.2, which are specified methods. Blood doping or transfusion will increase aerobic capacity by increasing oxygen delivery capacity. And the side effect, blood can dislodge and clot in arteries and veins and causing stroke and heart attack. Actually very dangerous, but you see it in the Tokyo Olympic, the latest Olympic, that's 60%, yeah, Dr. Yamasawa, or 70%, that's using this, or 50%, yeah. The first class is subclasses is manipulation of blood or blood component that the following are prohibited: the administration or reintroduction of any quantity of autologous, allogenic, homologous, or heterologous blood or red blood cell product of any origin into the circulatory system. Artificial enhancing the uptake, transfer, or delivery of oxygen, including but not limited to the perfluorochemicals, evaporative, and modified hemoglobin product. And for example, hemoglobin-based blood substitute, and microencapsulated hemoglobin products, excluding supplemental oxygen by inhalation. Any form of intravascular manipulation of the blood or blood component by physical or chemical means. Actually, in the method, it's very advanced. After we'll try the advanced methods, yeah, to do this prohibited methods, and then maybe sometimes we don't know what is that, yeah, because very advanced technology involved in there. M2, this is the non-specified, this is the specified substances, chemical and physical manipulation. The following are prohibited: is tampering or attempting to tamper, to alter the integrity and validity of samples collected during doping control. This is they can use diuretics, or they can also substitute the sample, or do add something to the samples. For example, proteases is actually the proteases is the enzyme for protein. Intravenous infusion or injection of more than a total 100 milliliter per 12-hour period, except for those legitimately received in the course of hospital treatment, surgical procedures, or clinical diagnosis investigation. That's not allowed. Okay, and this is the, of course, advanced technology, sophisticated technology now. M3 gen and soil doping. That's why this is this one is a non-specified substances. The following with the potential to enhance sport performance are prohibited: the use of nucleic acid or nucleic acid analog that may alter genome sequences and or alter gene expression by any mechanism. This is include but is not limited to gene editing, gene silencing, and gene transfer technologies. the use of normal or genetically modified cells. This is very advanced, yeah. And the second class is prohibited in competition. There are 4 substances here: stimulants, narcotic, cannabinoids, and glucocorticoid. For the stimulants, prohibited in competition, and for the this class are specified substances except those in S6.A, which are non-specified substances. Substances of abuse in this section: cocaine and methyl-deoxymethamphetamine, MDMA, or ecstasy. The effect of the amphetamine will increase time to exhaustion by masking the physiological response of the body to fatigue, increase arousal, improve reaction time by increasing dopamine in central nervous system. But for cocaine, not really proof yet, yeah, that can improve the performance. And for the caffeine, also already mentioned this morning by Dr. Yamasawa, that's now a long time not included in the prohibited list. Long time ago, yes, but after that, for several years, they take it out, and now they put in the monitoring for the 2021. They put in the monitoring program, but are not considered as a prohibited substances. Yeah, the effect is increased endorphin release, improved neuromuscular function, reduce the perception of exertion during exercise and alertness, improve endurance capacity, such as exercise time to fatigue. Also good for short-term and sprint tests. The side effects: headache, convulsion, hallucination, paranoia. And then for long-term permanent nerve damage, fatal hemorrhagic stroke, heart attack, and death. This is the non-specified stimulants. That means if, but this one is non-specified, yeah. This in these but in these classes included amphetamine, yeah, mefenorex, mesocarb, modafinil, yeah, and also here a lot, yeah, ephedrine, epinephrine, yeah, the ephedrine that used by the football player for Argentina, Maradona. Okay, and the exception for this clonidine, imidazole derivative for dermatological, nasal, and ophthalmic use. For example, primodinin, clonazolin, phenoxazolin, and etc. And that some included in 2021 monitoring program. There are bupropion, caffeine, nicotine, ephedrine, phenylpropanylamine, piperazole, and etc. These substances are included in the 2021 monitoring program and not considered as a prohibited substances. Caffeine prohibited when its concentration in urine is greater than 5 micrograms per milliliter. Ephedrine and methylephedrine prohibited when the concentration of either in urine is greater than 10 micrograms per milliliter. Epinephrine or adrenaline not prohibited in local administration, for example, nasal, ophthalmologic, or co-administration with local anesthetic agent. Pseudoephedrine prohibited when its concentration in urine is greater than 150 micrograms per milliliter. Now the subclass 7, narcotics. prohibited in competition, and this class are specified substances. Because many people outside of the sport community using, especially young people, using this substance. And substance of abuse in this section is heroin. The effect of actually many people using a narcotic as analgesic, yeah, especially for the one that got severe pain. That's I read that opioid is the one part of the narcotic. Many people addict in this substance in the US, yeah? Not as androgenic, but harmful for severe injury and the addiction. Morphine, the effect is increased tolerance to pain. Heroin, also high risk of overdoses as a painkiller, will increase risk of contracting of infectious diseases. The side effect that using a painkiller high risk overdose is fatal and can get addiction. This is the some substances that involved here. That's morphine, oxymorphone, methadone, heroin. Yeah. Now the subclass 8 cannabinoids prohibited in competition, and this class are specified substances. And substance of abuse in this section is THC. This athlete from US, Richardson, that's called before Tokyo Olympic. And the effect of cannabis is euphoria and relaxation. Many college students or athletes using this. The side effect, negative impact to learning, balance, coordination, and ability to focus. This is the substance in cannabinoids class. In cannabis, hashish, marijuana, and cannabis products, natural and synthetic tetrahydrocannabinol, THCs, yeah, synthetic cannabinoids that mimic the effect of THC. The exception of this is cannabidiol. Now the last class is glucocorticoids. That's prohibited in competition, and all prohibited substances in this class are specified substances. These substances also using for medication. That's for inflammation. That's for flu, asthma, for severe injury. And for the hard sport, heavy sport, to avoid adrenal insufficiency. But performance still not clear whether it will improve or not. But the side effect, they want to avoid the adrenal insufficiency, but they get the adrenal insufficiency, immunodeficiency, osteoporosis, muscle wasting, tendon fascia failure, avascular necrosis, metabolic imbalance, glaucoma, and cataract. This is the glucocorticoid that found in the list in the glucocorticoid class. That's of course corticosteroid, cortisone, dexamethasone, hydrocortisone, methylprednisolone, prednisone. Yeah, athletes should be careful for this, because if athlete got flu and then they want, of course, the coach or the athlete and the doctors want the athletes to healing as fast as possible, and they give corticosteroid or faster healing. Yeah, but this has to be careful if used too much, and then or just in the very close to the competition, should be careful. The last one is beta blockers. The beta blockers, that's a substance that prohibited in particular sport. And this class are specified substances. Even the musical, the musical player also use this substance. And effect is actually using for decreased blood pressure and for arrhythmia, irregular heart rate. So with slower heartbeat or bradycardia, reduce anxiety, increase ability to focus. The side effects is dry mouth, dizziness, tiredness, gastrointestinal discomfort, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, chest pain, and fatigue. And this is all the sport that prohibited, but some in competition only, but the other also prohibited for out of competition, where indicated. The one that indicated here, that archery and shooting, that's for all time, for the all time, that's for in competition and for out of competition, and the other just for in competition. And this is the indication of the beta blocker stuff. It's all. It's all with the all, and the last word, second last. Okay, that's all the prohibited list that WADA prepare for all athletes in the world. And you can see here so many, actually the classes is not so many, but the stuff, the substance, each substance, there's so many kind of substance, It's very difficult to remember, or very difficult. And then also we cannot find all that substance in all countries in the world. Maybe some country just found on this some, and another country just found other one. That's why you will have to, when you finish from this and you have the prohibited list, you have to find out one by one, specify the list for your country, the substance that, or the medication or the supplements in your country. Is it in the prohibited list or not? Because of this, and then all this stuff also can come from not just as a substance or as a medication or drugs, but also from supplements. So many supplements in the market. You can see here, this is the advertisement. The best supplements for CrossFit athletes. You see there, so many. The company offered the supplements in the market for athletes, and then I've been for 30 years in the Athletic Federation in Indonesia as a medical doctor, and then I know the feeling of the coach, the athletes, the official. They want the athlete increase the performance. Of course, and especially the coach and athlete, they want to increase the performance as fast as possible. But this is impossible in the nature as a human. It's difficult to increase very quickly. But because of the offering of all of this stuff, they try to use that, and especially when they also when they cannot get the right nutrition or right food, and also they actually athletes as a young people has a lot of friends from maybe from other sports, and then they will hear from other sport. But this is difficult for the doctors in the federation face of this condition. And what is supplement actually? I state this from Mohan from British Medical Journal of Sport Medicine. Supplements as a product other than tobacco, which is used in conjunction with healthy diet and contains one or more of the following dietary ingredients: vitamin, a mineral, herb, or other botanical, an amino acid, a dietary substance for use by men to supplement the diet by increasing the total daily intake. You see, this is the normal one, or concentrate, metabolite, constituent, extract, or combination of these ingredients. This is normal supplements, are good, especially for the one that didn't take good food or nutrition, or the one that got sick, got illness, injury. Yeah, that's good, but not for the to increase the performance with the prohibited list, because the prohibited list, as we saw that in my presentation before, that the side effects will ruin the body of the athletes. Yeah, and for all of you, if you want to find the right dietary supplements related to high performance athlete, you can find in the article of IUC article. This is in the British Medical Journal of Sport Medicine. This is IUC consensus statement in dietary supplements and the high performance athletes. You can find there, yeah, the explanation. Because this is 2018, yeah, articles that a lot of information about caffeine there, yeah, because the caffeine is still it's already take out from the prohibited list. That's why they explain a lot of the benefit of the caffeine. And to find the safe supplement, please know the company or the brand of the supplements. As very good now, because as Dr. Yamasawa mentioned this morning, that you can go to website 411 to make sure it's just a good company or brand or not. And for Muslim country, the important one that you should ask the halal certificate. Yeah. The third, if no, you cannot found in the website 411, and then you can ask the company about the brand, the certificate of free of substances. And don't forget to read ingredient properly. Yeah. Because sometimes they just throw in the small letters. Yeah, words, the one that prohibited. This is the take-home message. That's before I finish, I have a take-home message for all of you here. Please read the prohibited list properly. Read the latest one, updated every year. Understand the substances that in prohibited list. Choose the right supplements. Always build a positive training environment. This is the references I use. Yeah, you can find. So you to read that one, and thank you for your attention. Thank you, Ms. Ria.
Miss Ria, there's a problem with this electricity in his own house.
Oh, okay.
So now
you will take over.
Yeah, take over. Okay, thank you, Dr. Armita, for your presentation. Now is the session is answer and question, right?
Yes.
I see in the chat room is Dr. Armita. The question from Yavet Cortecas from Brunei. Are there any change currently on the use or prohibition or PRP during or pre-competition? Or you can see there in the chat room, please.
Yeah. It's from
Yavet Cortecas from Brunei, I think.
It's what do you mean about PRP?
Is Cortecas?
Cortecas? Yeah, Miss Cortecas?
Platelet-rich plasma.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I asked, because this is mostly used for the injury. Yes, for the injury. Yeah, but it's I think it's not a banned substance. Yeah, Dr. Yamasawa. This PRP, because this is for injury.
The PRP is not prohibited.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's some kind of the growth hormone, IGF-1 and something like that.
Yeah.
It's a single growth hormone is prohibited, but Marichpro, platelet-rich plasma, is not prohibited.
Because this is mostly used for the injury.
Tendon, some injuries. Yeah.
Ligament, tendon, muscles.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else? Question, please. You can directly ask to Dr. Ermita.
I hope they all of you are not sleepy, because
No, not so.
afternoon, after lunch. Is it clear?
Please, any question?
No, yes, excuse me, I have one question.
Yes, please. Hello? Yes, please.
So many of the athletes are using the whey powder. Whey. What about this? Whey protein. Yes.
Protein, whey protein.
Yeah.
Whey protein. Yeah.
Because they have written the allow from the WADA. What about this? Would you please tell me about the whey protein?
Yeah, the one that I know, that whey protein is okay, no problem, because this is the protein. Yeah, because athletes work hard, doing the training hard, and then the muscles, the fibers, muscles will be tears, and then should be replaced. Yeah, after hard training, and also many things in the body is a protein. That's why it's okay, but no, don't use that too much. You should check the urine, the protein in the urine. If there is a protein in the urine, and then you should be careful for the kidney.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Dr. Ermita, one question.
Yes, what are the masking agents other than diuretics? That's the one that in the slide before. That's they put they put something in the urine. It's like protease, and also they drink a lot. Can be like a diuretic, but not using substance. Sometimes I found in my duty that the athlete drink a lot, and then we have to wait for the second urination, because the urine very diluted, because drink a lot, not using the diuretics, drink a lot. But this one also we put not for this. Yeah, I remember one athlete in my GT before. That's that, and after that they called me asking about that, because the athlete from Indonesia in SEA Games or Asian Games. Yeah. Yes, okay.
Case clear, Dr. Moin? Okay. Okay, please. Question more. Maybe from the coach. coach? How do you call coach?
Yeah, for the codes for make it easy, please. You write down. You have in your pocket on your bag the prohibited list all the time. Yeah, because if something happen for your athlete, and then you can read the one that including in the prohibited list or not, and also. You can ask the pharmacist what kind of medication or that's what kind of stuff, especially when you have a athlete with asthma. Yeah, you should be.
Dr. Ermita,
I
one
saw
question, chat room.
the drink.
How about the energy drink?
Energy drink, yes. Actually, the energy drink is consists of the caffeine, yeah, and then because they call that energy drink, and but when the caffeine is not prohibited, this is okay, yeah. But they will, but now in monitoring, yeah. So we. What is and some athletes used to take Ayurvedic medicine. So how does that affect this? Ayurvedic medicine as like herbal. It's like herbal. Yeah, should be careful again. Yeah, as I mentioned this morning, that the herbal stuff, we don't know actually what is the one that contained in the herbal. Yeah, we don't have idea. But for example, in my country, that's we call that jamu, the herbal. Yeah, that's a lot of the kind of this jamu can the people drink that jamu feel very strong. They can stay driving for tonight, maybe, yeah, for far away, especially night, very strong, yeah. And we just think that they have something, not just ordinary herbal, but they put something in there. Let's just be careful for the herbal. Careful because we don't know actually what is the stuff in there. Thank you.
Okay, any question again?
Okay, from Malaysia. Why you? Oh, is Malaysia?
Yes, Mashasha from Malaysia.
Yeah, Mashasha, okay. Yes, thank you, doctor. I tried to type. I listening. It was my business. Okay, I just want to ask you, what is your advice as a coach if he knows that his athlete or some other athletes from another coach is taking, for example, anabolic steroid, for example? Where is the best? What is the best advice for you to consider who we should contact first?
Of course, the doctors in the federation used to contact first, yeah, the doctors, and then of course the chair of federation, yeah, because this is especially anabolic steroid. Oh, very, very, difficult for the federation when they know about that. Yeah. And so the first one is the doctor to discuss, and two, prepare yourself for the follow-up action after found that substances. That's what you asked. Yep.
It's okay, Masar.
And of course, you have to make sure that your athlete get that from himself or herself, or from other, because of the supplements or herbals. You have to try to find out.
Exactly, because some they might buy it from online, things like that. They
Yeah.
might not know.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, difficult, very difficult in this situation, especially now online, everything online, and then you don't know which one is safe or not.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
See you sometimes.
Okay. Any question again, please?
Or maybe Dr. Yamasawa want to add something, Dr. Yamasawa?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, do you want to add something in terms of the prohibited list?
Yeah, okay. I'd like to add one more thing about the intravenous infusions. Maybe it is common treatment for the athlete when they hydrate or something like that, intravenous infusion. Yeah. But you should be very careful that the intravenous infusion can be done only in the hospital, not in the clinic, because the hospital have bed. The clinic doesn't have any bed. So that due to the prohibited method, it is written in the course of hospital treatment. In the course of hospital treatment, it means that the athlete should go to the hospital if they want to have more than 100 milliliter per 12 hours, so not in the clinic. So when they're dehydrated, you cannot introduce the more than 100 ml in 12 hours in the clinic. Clinic doesn't have any, clinic is not hospital. That is my advice.
How about the clinic in the field during the SEA Games or Asian Games? There is clinic, there is bed there, and then sometimes there's the athlete's shock.
Yeah, you should write down that the TUE. You should need a TUE or that intravenous infusion when you do that intravenous infusion outside the hospital.
Okay, under strict observation, yeah, of the doctors there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yamasawa.
Okay, still have question? I think we are finished. Dr. Armita, don't have question again.
Okay, I asked Ms. Ria before if we still have time, maybe they can introduce themselves, the participants, to know each other.
Oh,
still anytime.
I think
No?
we have only I have still time until 4 o'clock.
Okay, let's introduce the participants to know each other.
Oh. Okay, please. I think it's who's first? You want to introduce? First, yeah, on the knowing.
Good afternoon. Hello,
Yes.
good afternoon, sir and madam. I'm myself Raj Mohan MK. I'm Indian Athletics team coach. Thanks for this opportunity for getting in depth with this anti-doping scenarios in the world of athletics. Thanks a lot, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I am Dr. Moinuddin Ahmed.
Oh, long time not see.
An ophthalmologist.
Okay.
Past MBBS Dhaka Medical College in 1981, and from that time I am involved in Bangladesh Athletic Federation as a sports physician.
Long time.
Yeah, I am also a long distance runner, national athlete.
Oh.
And I have visited Jakarta about 10 years ago.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please. Dr. Yandra, please. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Dwi. Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Yamasawa, Dr. Ermita, Dr. Moin, and everybody. It's such an honor to be here and become one of the participants of this webinar today. My name is Ayu Diandra. I'm the physician nutrition specialist, and I joined the medical committee in Indonesia, Indonesian Athletic Federation since 2019. I'm a newbie actually, and Dr. Ermita is accidentally one of my teacher in medical faculty, University of Indonesia. So I learned a lot from her, and actually. I just learned about the basic when I was in medical faculty about the doping and ergogenic aids, and today I'm very lucky. I learned a lot from Dr. Yamazawa and Dr. Ermita, and I hope for the next 5 days, later, I can learn more about this doping, because actually I just know about nutrition. Maybe we can share together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Diandra.
Dr. Diandra from Nepal, please.
Good afternoon and good morning.
Afternoon.
I am Dr. Gyanendra from National Trauma Center. I am working as orthopedics and trauma surgeon. And in Asian game, I have been in Jakarta, Palembang last time. And
in Palembang.
yes, in Palembang I was there, and I am working. I am also the board member of the last Asian Games.
Dr. Moin, please.
Dr. Moin, would you please?
Yes, you unmute please, Dr. Moin. No. Dr. Moin, please, you unmute, please. Okay, please, Dr. Gandra, please. Dr. Gandra, you want Gandra?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
It's me again,
yes.
Dr. Gyanendra from Nepal. Yes. Last time I have been in Indonesia in an Asian game, and I am working in the National Trauma Center as an orthopedics and trauma surgeon. And I'm also working for the anti-doping committee, like International Weightlifting Federation, as an executive member of Weightlifting Federation, International Weightlifting Federation. As well as I am a board member of the SARADO, South Asian Anti-Regional Doping Organization. And it's very fruitful for me also. And thank you, all the faculties, and thank you a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Yanendra. This is the old coach from Sri Lanka. Please, Mr. Ratna. This famous coach in there. You're mute.
Listen me. I am from Sri Lanka. I am national coach in Sri Lanka Athletics. A very nice program and very interesting lesson. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome. This. Anything else? Suchit, young coach, please. Yeah, introduce yourself. Hello, Mr. Dario, please. It's the senior coach from Filipino.
Good afternoon. I'm Coach Dario De Rosas.
Afternoon.
I'm the head coach of the Philippine track and field team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Prohibited, you finished? No more.
Rebecca Sultana.
Hi. Hi, I'm Rebecca Sultana from Bangladesh.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I'm sports physio.
Okay.
My working station is Bangladesh Athlete Federation, and I also member in International Wushu Federation Anti-Doping Committee. And Bangladesh, I working another station, my NATA Physical Care. They working anti-tuberculosis in Bangladesh.
Okay. That's good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Anything else? Suchit, you want to introduce yourself? You're a young coach. You're a young coach. Because you're next SEA Games in Cambodia, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Suchit. I'm from Cambodia. I'm a high jump coach. So that's all. Thank you so much.
The youngest, yeah? The youngest coach?
Yeah, today is my birthday.
Oh, today? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry, not give you the cake, yeah. Sorry. Just congratulations. Okay.
So
Dr. Yamasawa masih itu.
Okay. Dr. Rita, I think we have because in a minute we have a meeting with Mr. Frank Dick from.
Okay. Okay.
So
okay.
we have closed our.
Yes. Can you ask Dr. Yamasawa? He still want to say something or finish?
Dr. Yamasawa, you want to say something for tomorrow?
The next Wednesday.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jeremita. Very nice presentations. So I think that all participants understand what the prohibited list means, and then they understand that very, very important. They have to know about the prohibited list. Thank you very much. And then next Wednesday, maybe.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
29th.
Next Wednesday, we have 2 sessions, one is for the TUE, one is for the sample collection procedures. They are also very, very important issue for the coaches and the athletes. So that don't miss the next Wednesday. Come again, Ermita and I'll be there. And if we have any questions, think about 3 days, 4 days, and then that if we have any questions, we can also reply to you. Okay. Thank you very much. Or I'm very happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
time.
Thank you, Dr. Mita. Thank you, participant. I'll see you
Stay healthy.
tomorrow, the same
Thank you.
time and same
Ermita, thank you.
link.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Yamasawa. Dr. Ermita.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Diandra. Erwin.
Pak Dwi, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Terima kasih, Pak. Thank you, Pak Dwi.
Yeah, sama-sama.
And also Miss Ria still
still have a
problem.
with
Okay.
electricity.
Okay. Okay, thank
See you
you.
on Wednesday. Bye-bye.